Hi, my name is Lindsay Sethman, and my audience member is my sister Nicole.
Hi, I'm Nicole.
Imagine it's a chilly autumn morning. You wake up and browse your closet and immediately select your favorite soft and cozy knitted sweater, the very epitome of comfort. It is safe to say that everyone has worn a knitted sweater in their lives, and most people have at least one hanging in their closets right now. You admire the intricate stitching and carefully crafted cables embossed on that beautiful sweater and think, whoever came up with this practice and how? I myself have asked this very question, being an avid knitter of 11 years, and knowing just how much care and precision it takes to create a knitted garment. I cannot fathom how somebody figured it out and invented it. Turns out, nobody truly knows how old knitting is or where it originated. There are guesses, but nothing is known for certain. According to the historyofclothing.com, a website dedicated to informing readers about how clothing came to be, the reason so little is known is because knitted items are generally made from highly degradable material like wool, silk, cotton, and other fibers. So as a result, there is not much in the way of remnants to be found. There have been sharpened sticks that could have been knitting needles found in various places, but it's hard to determine whether those sticks were used for the purpose of knitting, as sharpened sticks could have been used for a number of tasks. Historyofclothing.com guesses that knitting may have begun in the Middle East and later made its way to Europe because the oldest knitted items were found in Egypt and are estimated to have come from roughly 2,000 years ago. Once knitting got to the United Kingdom, the more intricate stitches were created when Irish families began knitting errant fishermen sweaters, decorated with all of their different patterns and cables, which symbolized the ropes that fishermen used and represented a fruitful day at sea. These sweaters appealed to the fishermen because the wool used to knit them was water resistant and helped keep them dry and warm while they worked out on the ocean. Each family had their own pattern that they strictly guarded, and each sweater tells a story about the lives of the families. Each clan's pattern was so unique, it was actually used as a method of identifying the washed-up bodies of those who fell overboard and drowned. A not-so-fun fact gathered from AaronSweaterMarket.com, which is a website that sells these types of sweaters. Around the 1980s, it became so easy to manufacture knitted garments that fewer and fewer people actually had the desire to knit anymore. According to Kathleen Collins, the coordinator of reference services for the Odegaard Undergraduate Library at the University of Washington, it wasn't until recently that the art of knitting has come back into style, so to say. With the help of the internet, knitters have been able to share tips, tricks, and patterns with people from all over the world. And various authors have published books filled with unique patterns to try, ranging from beginner to advanced experience. Even yarn has come a long way. Have you ever heard someone say, "Oh, I hate wool, it's so itchy"? Well, usually that person is either talking about wool from the 1950s or just really poor quality wool from today. Nowadays, there is a huge variety of yarns from which to choose, from various animals, plants, and even synthetic material. Some examples of this would be alpaca, lamb's wool, angora, cashmere, silk, cotton, bamboo, acrylic, rayon, nylon. The list goes on and on. And with the use of various dyes and spinning techniques, there are literally thousands of different colors, thicknesses, and textures of yarns right at our disposal. And these yarns can be extremely soft to the touch and very durable. There are also many different types and sizes of needles to choose from. The thicker the needle, the larger the stitch will be. And the opposite is true of thin needles. The thinner the needle, the tighter the stitch. All of these factors, plus a newly acquired appreciation for one-of-a-kind organic items, contribute to a recent influx in the desire to hand-knit garments and toys again. Needless to say, knitting has been a large part of our history, and the potential of its gaining in popularity is looking more and more promising each day as the craft evolves. I'm Lindsay Sethman, and thank you for taking the time to learn about the history and evolution of knitting today.